Hello, my name is Veronica and welcome to the Learning Lab. In this episode, I want to share a bit more with you about creating custom-made envelopes for custom-made cards. Come on in and let's get started. So before we get started, I want to share with you some ribbon that I picked up at Marshall's, and it's from American Crafts. Look at this. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous eye candy. So what I'm going to do is get this strung on my ribbon rings and hang it with the rest of my ribbons. Now, on to why we're here today. As I shared before, during the end of the year clearance season, I go out and just rack up on cards. Just wanted to share with you some that I've gotten. This happens to be a box set from Flavia, and I don't know if you remember the old QVC days, but they used to do a lot of Flavia, and their colors were always just incredible. But 36 cards, it was marked down to $3.99. I think all Christmas was like 90% off. 40 cents. But what I really wanted it for were the envelope. Size on this one happens to be 5.5 by 7.25. So that's a really nice size envelope. Then this one, I got a party size one, and it happens to be, this looks like it's about 9. This is a 6 by 9. And those, yeah, probably like 15 cents I paid. This was a set from Anna Griffin, and these were her envelopes designed to match her wedding sets. And this one is 5.5 by 7.5. But they are, I mean, it's a nice envelope. I can't complain. Now this one I picked up, yeah, probably 20 cents. Simply because, look at this envelope. It's huge. So if I want to do one of those really big cards, this looks like 8.5 by 8.5. So I can use some of my 8 by 8 paper and create almost a layout that can be sent in the mail. But here's what I want to really share with you. I was in AC Moore yesterday, and they had moved their clearance to 80% off. So I went bebopping over and saw this for $15. Yeah, I know. So we're talking about $3 here, and then with my discount it was like $2.50 something. But the main reason I got it was because of these envelopes. Let me share those with you. So here they are. Beautiful metallic sheen on them. Just absolutely gorgeous. I know you're seeing that score mark and you're probably wondering, how is that going to work? Let me give you some measurements on this. This happens to be, it looks like about 10. Let me pull in my other ruler just to be sure. Yep, it's 10 by 6, opened all the way. On the wedding invitation itself, this flap is meant to hold your reply card. Over here is your invitation, and your invitation gets enclosed inside of here. The entire thing gets a fold over so that it can go into the mail. I'm just giddy. The measurements on it closed are 6 by 6. So it is a 6 by 6 card. But what I was thinking was, wouldn't this make a great little mini album? So let's look at the number of surfaces we have. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't forget over here there's an opportunity. So here is 8 and the flap is 9. Let's close it over and we actually have 10. So the inside of this should measure 6 by 6, and it's a little shy. It's about 2/16 shy on either side, and that's probably taken up by the fold. But this flap measures 2 3/4, and of course the width here is going to be 6. Let's measure this one. From the point to the base is just about 4 5/8, and of course you know that's 6. And then from point to point, that's almost 6. It's just a little shy of 6, so that when it comes, everything comes in together. So you may have to nudge that around a bit to make it work, but I thought this was spectacular. So I'm going to have to play with this, and maybe for a special occasion I can send out a little mini album to family and friends, and it's something that they can sit out and be proud of. And I can do a little wrap enclosure there. I think this is darling. Well worth the $2.60. If you're considering recreating this on your own, this edge will go to here. This flap is probably maybe 3/4 to an inch shy for the fold over, but you can adjust that and just have your fold over a little shorter. But once you get it down, you can always take another piece of paper, put underneath to build it and extend it out. The only other piece is this one, and that's where I would suggest just cutting another piece a little longer, and then you can adhere those down because you're going to decorate over this anyway, and you can piece it all together. Who knows, there may be a video in the offering working through all of this, but my mind is just taking off with possibilities. But right now I have 25 of these to work with, and they're perfect. I know some of you are asking, hey, what's going on with the Whirlpool Technique card? I have tried to make that work out of 12 by 12 paper, and it just doesn't want to play fairly with me. If you want to recreate that card with me, I am going to suggest that you go out and buy the bigger sheets of paper that you can find in the artist section of your craft stores or in any fine artist store. But while I'm here, let me share some of the other items that came in the box. All of these cards, and this is where you saw the invitation. I also have all of the reply cards. These are just some cute labels. Not sure, I'd have to look and see what they are meant to do. My envelopes. Beautiful. That size and the note card size. 5 3/4 by 4 3/4. So I have the note cards, and then all the way at the very bottom are these. So I can peel those off and put those on the back of my envelope to seal them, and there is some light embossing on there, so these are great. I am just so excited with this find, and I do have to say this was the only box they had at that particular location. I may have to bebop out to the other one just to find this because I just love the envelopes so much. So I said all that to say this: when you're at those stores, hit the clearance aisle. You'll never know what treasure awaits. So thank you for joining me in the lab today. Please be sure to check out my blog at inkallusions.blogspot.com. Until then.